Hello and welcome to those of you just joining us, and welcome back to those of you who are still with us, of course, at this first day of the NXT Summit 2025, where we're, of course, delving on the future of various sectors in our country, not just, of course, with domestic experts or leaders, but with global leaders and innovators. And now we're going to do that for, of course, the living sector, the real estate sector, housing sector. Yes, in our next session titled Next in Living, we have, of course, three, very well-known individuals from the industry who, of course, have already been introduced. So let me go straight into the conversation and start with you first, Sanjay Kulshrestha, on what you feel is really going to be the buzzword for housing, for living, for real estate in the future. Where do you see the sector headed? And how much progress has really been made in the last few years in particular in, of course, the affordable housing sector, but overall in the real estate sector as a whole?
Thank you. I think the living sector, which includes the housing and the infrastructure, Government of India has a big push to create an households, and we had came out with PMAY 1, now the PMAY 2. The Government of India wants that every head should have one roof. So by 2047, I think we will be having an sustainable, smart homes for everyone. Nevertheless, we have a target of 5 years that PMAY 2 had came, wherein the urban and the rural population will have the housing needs scattered through these programs. So when I say about the housing, I think housing is the epicenter of the development, and they are the actual key for the Viksit Bharat. And everything which is going along, it starts from the housing only. So whether it is water, sanitation, power, energy, roads, logistics, or economical drivers, starting from the education, hospitals, markets. So everything starts from the housing, and housing is the key for the development. HUDCO as a company, we are into housing as well as the urban affairs. So we are into the financing, we are into the consultancy. And as a strategic organization of the Government of India, we had taken the responsibility that all these things has to come in a timely manner, in a sustainable manner, in a smart manner, and in a very eco-friendly manner. So I think the future is very bright regarding the housing, and lot of things regarding the standardization of the sustainable product has been done. Standardization of the layouts has been in process. We are doing R&Ds also to have a sustainable material for house building. So all these things are in line, and lot of things we had already achieved, and I am sure that within a year or so, most of the things will be coming to the ground.
Let me take that to you, Payal Kanodia ji, on, of course, now the, this particular sector and also affordable housing. How much more affordable is housing going to become, of course, in the future? Also, where do you see the sector headed? What do you believe are going to be the, the new innovations as well, which we're going to be seeing in to ease the way of living for people, for citizens in our country?
So this sector is always going to grow. Of course, the need is ever increasing, and the growth will continue to happen. So where affordable housing is one part of it, the luxury living is another part of it. So we see India going both affordable and luxury is bound to grow hand in hand. And we talk about sustainability, affordability, climate change, exploding population. When we build future cities, we need to keep these in mind, and the smart cities need to take into consideration all these points, and we need to be sure that just like we have a concept of circular economy, we need to have a concept of circular cities where whatever a city is built on, it takes all its resources from within and then reuses it. Because climate is one big thing that's going to be very impactful, and we really need to take care of the climate. So whatever we do for future, whatever technologies, AI, whatever we talk about, it has to take climate and growing population into consideration, of course, keeping the price point in mind.
Shyamroop Roy Chowdhury, let me take that across to you as well, on where you see this sector really headed. Firstly, how much strides have really been made according to you in the last few years in particular, not just for affordable housing, but overall for the real estate sector? And are you bullish about the way forward for this sector? Is this going to be one of the big growth drivers for India as we head towards the Viksit Bharat dream for 2047?
See, in my opinion, affordable housing is a concept which needs to be government driven, because there are certain input costs when it comes to real estate which are not in the factors of private developers, such as land costs, cement costs, these costs. So affordable housing has to be driven by government policies, government support, government subsidies. And the government is doing a great job when giving these subsidies and stuff. Although every state in India has a different policy towards affordable housing, but Haryana is leading the way in affordable housing. Madhya Pradesh is doing PPP models for people doing affordable housing. Uttar Pradesh also has an affordable housing model, but then again, it is through the auction allotment system, so sometimes those projects may not be actually affordable in nature for people, but people are trying, the government is trying, policies are evolving, things are changing. So affordable housing is one aspect, but when it comes to a more sustainable living, that I think urban living, urban planning is a major factor when it comes to something like this. So urban planning means, you know, wherever the societies are coming, wherever the density is moving, wherever the population is moving, you need to give those amenities to the people over there, like your social services, your transportation services, your metros, your other civic amenities which these people need. So these have to, you know, move forward, evolve for the sector to grow. But I think the sector is growing. At least for the past half a decade or so, the sector has been growing steadily. And let's hope it keeps growing in such a pace going forward.
Absolutely. Let's just talk then a bit about your personal journeys in your personal organization. So as far as, of course, True Habitat now is concerned, what biggest innovations are you looking at right now? I'm not telling you to reveal any trade secrets, of course, but how are you going to, you know, shake up the sector? What's going to be the biggest innovations from your, you know, sort of company? Where do you see your company growth going as well? Are you also looking at potential global collaborations? Is that something also that could we see in the real estate sector? I know big real estate players have come in the past, but is that something we could continue to see? We're seeing so many global leaders from different fields here at the NXT Summit.
So, so True Habitat was mostly formed with the idea of doing affordable housing per se, and we're doing about 1 million square feet of affordable housing, which is a little more than 1,000 units in Haryana. But if you look at the new technologies which are coming in real estate, those can't be totally focused towards affordable housing because it's mostly driven towards visual realities, VRs, Matterport, BIM modeling and stuff like that. Those kind of help the efficiencies of the business to become better, and VR kind of helps the sale velocities or the sale technology for larger developers to become, you know, more focused towards clientele servicing. This VR and stuff helps builders reach customers in different global markets also. So I think global collaborations for technology, global collaborations for improving efficiencies for Indian developers, and global collaborations to enter different regions. I think that's an open market for a lot of the Indian developers to move forward to.
Yes. Also, let me quickly, in fact, take that to you as well, you know, Payalji, on, of course, M3M. And as far as M3M goes, you know, what have you collaborated globally so far? Is this something that you're going to see as a trend, you know, in the next few years? Also, as far as M3M is concerned, what innovations have you already done? What innovations are you planning as well in the near future? I know you also, of course, you know, closely involved with the foundation as well. How is that also aiding more sustainability, more affordability in our homes as well?
So at M3M, while we take care of, you know, affordable housings, of course, we have a global brand called Trump on board with us already. They are partners with us. And there are many more global collaborations that are coming because while we are sitting here in India and talking about real estate, globally, real estate is way, way ahead of what we think here in India. Hence, getting global collaborations will always aid to, you know, a better future, more technology, more advancements. And when you talk about adding technology to our work, yes, in terms of Customer experiences, technology definitely comes in handy. It gives customer more personalized experience, more customizations are possible. When you talk about your sales, your algorithms, there the technology comes into play. And when we see future of construction, AI-driven construction, of course, might happen in future, but currently, when we talk about, we're talking about 3D models for real estate buildings and other stuff. So technology definitely is playing a significant role today, and I'm sure in future it's only gonna grow larger. Touching the foundation bit, while we build home in the urban landscapes, in rural landscapes, the foundation is working towards building homes, building their families for the underprivileged people, and of course we are working on environment, climate, so as to balance the effects that we are causing here in urban areas, we are working towards, especially climate, like I touched upon earlier, it is very important. So we are building, greener spaces. Even through the foundation, we try and plant trees, restore water bodies and other stuff so that we can balance out the effects that's being caused due to construction.
Sanjay ji, let me take that too. What about HUDCO? And how innovative have you all been in the last few years? Anything planned now for the near future as far as, of course, your organization goes?
Yeah, I think this is the era of the disruptions, and this is a very transition mode, and HUDCO as a company of Government of India, we are taking full advantage of the technology, starting from the e-offices. So if you come to my office, there is no files, nothing noting kind of papers. We are working on ERP systems to optimize our costs as well as the turnaround time. So our borrowers are taking the advantage of that. But I want to continue what the panelist was telling, that what will be our final destination, that what will be the destination of the Viksit Bharat. I think we need to manage our resources in the best possible manner, because the conservation of the resources is utmost required, be it through the digitalization, be it through the land reforms and taking advantage of the AI or blockchain technologies, or means finally we have to manage our resources. It starts from air, it starts from water, from land, the finances, the waste, the sewage. So each and everything has to be moderately used, and we need to use the technology for managing all our resources to optimize the benefits to be delivered in time.
Let's now talk a bit about some fun stuff as well. Now, sort of look towards the future. AR, VR. Do you see this coming into housing and homes as well? Also, there was all this talk about, 3D homes, printouts. What is all of that?
So 3D generated homes, this technology is not new actually. It's been there for a while. Earlier, the cost of these homes used to be larger in nature. It used to be $40,000-$50,000. But recently, if you see the technology of 3D printed homes, there's something which Godrej also has done in Gujarat. It's quite prevalent in America because, you have these small houses in the rural landscape where the 3D printed homes come. And those have come down to the cost of $10,000, $20,000, depending on the size of these homes. So it's just a matter of time till it comes to India. Also, the technology coming to India versus the cost, focus towards the Indian population is something which has to be seen over a period of time. But it's just a matter of time it will come to India. And as far as VR is concerned, a lot of the larger developers like M3M and these people, they're already started doing visual realization of apartments for customers, for their sales realization, customer experience, using softwares like Matterport and stuff. So I think that is a trend which is picking up, and it will continue to pick up because all the customers are now more technologically savvy. So they understand these things.
Just to add to that, I think technology is something that's more than homes. It's gonna get lifestyle to India. So it's gonna get, it's gonna bring out better customer experiences, customized homes. So today you can literally control your house or home from a remote place also. You can decide when your room is gonna get locked. Your staff can only enter your room at this hour and clean. So all these technologies already exist. This is only adding to the lifestyle, which we are currently talking in India. It has been existent in West for a long, long time.
Of course, do you believe this is something that could see potential collaborations as well, further collaborations, as you're saying it is there in the West?
Yes, of course. We need to look at collaborations because this already exists. So for example, at M3M, we lately experimented the cleaning of the facades of building with drones. So it's something new. Till now, we only see those pulleys and trolleys hanging with two men and, trying to clean the building facade. And it's a visual disturbance also. So currently, we experimented with that, and it was trending on social media, and it was very well appreciated. So these kind of technologies, of course, we need to bring from West, collaborate with them, get to India, and make real estate more advanced.
Luxury as well. How do you see the definition of luxurious homes changing?
Luxury in terms of, customer is demanding more customized homes, more brands. Earlier, the requirements for branded fit-outs was not there. Currently, that is there. Customization to the extent of individual needs of a family member. So today, that is the luxury. And that is what we are talking about today in real estate.
Also, the fact is that as this Viksit Bharat dream, of course, materializes, do you believe every Indian is going to have a pakka home?
100%. I don't have any doubt that every Indian, it will be happening very soon within a span of 4 to 5 years of the time, because the commitment of the policymaker, the government of India, not in terms of only the words, I think the proper budgetary allocations are available, total institutional framework is there, states are on board, and the housing policies had been framed. So I think this is the time that every citizen will have that pakka house on his roof, and there is no doubt about that. Other than the pakka house, we are talking and discussing about the Amrit Cities program also. We are discussing now in the last budget recently presented. There is an urban challenge fund also which has been created. All these things are there to see that how the resources can be well managed, starting from the waste, the construction waste or the plastic waste or the sewage. So all these things we are working, and there is a huge fund of around 1 lakh crores which has been recently announced in the budget, which will take care of our urban household, urban sanitation, urban water needs, urban power, energy. So everything we are working together, and there are a lot of programs and lot of steps and the initiatives proactively taken by the government of India as well as the state government to ensure that the proper living will be provided to each and every citizen.
And also, at the end of the day, of course, the real estate sector is a sector that sometimes overlooked by the budget. Of course, this year it wasn't, as Sanjay ji just said. But do you believe it can really contribute to our economy and this $1 trillion goal?
Currently, if you ask me from my personal learnings, experiences, whatever we do at M3M, I think the real estate is the biggest contributor to the economy, because it is something that is making people move from rural landscapes to urban cities, and the cost of development, the contribution to the overall economy of the country majorly is coming from real estate.
Final, yeah.
Just to continue, now around 7.5% of the GDP is coming from the housing and the real estate. And by 2034, we are expecting, by 2047, we are expecting it will be around 15%. So it will be a quantum jump in the percentage contribution from the sector towards the total GDP. So I think a lot of things will be changing, and the way the requirement is coming, now we are using around 500 billion USD in this state, and we are expecting that it will be turned around to around 15,000 billion USDs. So a lot of things are happening, lot of money requirement is coming, and that is where these financial institutions are coming into the picture.
Final word to you, Shyamroop, the last word on the panel I'll leave to you on, of course, one big thought that you'd like to leave us with on, of course, the future of living in India. What's it going to be like?
I think India is, the technologies and everything is evolving in India. People are getting used to it. Like Payal just mentioned, customers these days are looking for branded products, consumer items which are more branded, consumer driven. specifications driven, customization driven. So the future is bright because the customers understand the nuances which have come to this business. So it's also a challenge for the builders giving this product to understand those nuances. But the future is, you know, just moving forward, going bigger and bigger.
Well, let's leave it at that. Thank you very much to all of our panelists for joining us on this special session. And let's hear it for them once again. And thanks to our audience as well for being with us today at this special NXT Summit.